Good day, everyone. We are Group 3 and our topic is about running for fitness. So, hindi naman lingid sa kaalaman ng lahat kung ano ba ang running. Especially now na parang naging good trend siya. Parang madaming tao ang na-inspire na mag-run. Especially gumagamit ng Strava app dyan na kung saan nakikita nila yung progress nila sa pag-run. And ang dami ding marathons na parang nag-pop up as events, mga fundraiser events, and nakakatawa yun kasi yung ganong event is um, fundraiser na siya, and syempre sa pag-run mo ang napopromote na is yung health mo. So pag-aralan nga natin kung ano ang fitness for running. So first, let us discuss about the types of running. So first is the recovery run. So let's read the definition. So let's read the definition. Recovery run, a slow run that helps you recover from a fast-paced run, and a longer run is done to build muscle. When you do recovery run, you should be able to have a comfortable conversation. So okay. So ang recovery run, sa pagtakbo natin, hindi baga natin naiiwasan yung napapagod tayo, hinihingal tayo, and normal yun as humans. And syempre, instead of stopping, meron po tayong tinatawag na recovery run, na kung saan yung takbo po natin is bumabagal lang, na kung saan it allows us to breathe and i-catch yung energy na na-use natin sa pagtakbo. So, dun sa speed na hindi natin normal na speed. So, yun yung purpose ng recovery run, yung for your body to recover, and para sa ganun, mas malayo pa yung mararating mo. And instead of stopping, yung speed lang po ang inyong binabago. And ang condition dito is, ang recovery run is kaya mo makipag-usap sa ibang tao comfortably, nakakaintindi ka ng sinasabi ng iba, and nakakapagsalita ka pa ng hindi hinihingal. So, yun pa ang recovery run. Meron naman tayo dito ang tinatawag na base run. Ano nga ba ang base run? Basahin po muna natin ang definition. So, base run, it is a short run at normal pace, not too long or not too short. So, ang base run naman, ito yung run na hindi masyadong mabilis at hindi rin mabagal. Running pace siya, it is a running pace to maintain our endurance. So, it promotes na mas maging matagal ka or mas malayo pa yung marating mo sa pag-run. And base run lang yung gagawin mo. Hindi ka masyadong mabilis, hindi ka din masyadong mabagal. So, yun lang sa first two types of running. Recovery run and base run. And technically, ito yung mga run na madali pa. And ang purpose nito is parang yung recovery and yung ma-maintain mo na yung endurance mo. So, yun po sa aking part para sa reporting na ito.
So, good morning po. Dumako naman tayo sa long run. So, a long run is the longest, most endurance-focused run of your training week, designed to build aerobic fitness, mental toughness, and race readiness. So, ayun na nga, kapag sinabing long run, ito na yung pinakamahaba or pinakamalayo mo na tatakbuhin. At hindi siya nakafocus sa speed or bilis ng pagtakbo, but sa kung paano tayo tatagal sa malayo ang takbuhin. Ang purpose ng exercise na ito ay matrain dito yung baga natin, tas yung utak natin kung paano ba natin masa-survive or matatapos yung takbuhin na malayo. So, for the benefits naman, long run prepares the body for sustained efforts, improves fat utilization, and strengthens muscles and joints. So, the next one is a progression run. A progression run is a continuous run where you start at an easy pace and gradually increase your speed, finishing faster than you started. So, dito naman po sa progression run, dito yung magsisimula tayong tumakbo ng kalma at mabagal. Habang tumatagal is pabilis ng pabilis kaya siya tinawag na progression run. So, ang purpose naman ng ganitong exercise po ay ma-train yung katawan natin na maging efficient sa pagtakbo kahit pagod na. Kasi nga, 'di ba, magsisimula lang tayo sa mabagal tapos pabilis ng pabilis. And as for the benefits naman, nagbi-build ang ganitong exercise ng aerobic fitness and of course, yung endurance po natin. Na-improve din po nito yung race performance natin kasi nga nati-train tayo tumakbo ng mabilis kahit pagod na.
So next naman po natin is fartlek. It could be a mix of jogging and sprinting, but for beginners, it could be walking and jogging. So sinasabi po dito na ang takbo mo po sa fartlek is halo ng mabagal and mabilis na pace. Example po nito is, kunwari magja-jog ka muna, then bigla mong bibilisan yung takbo mo, tas babagal ka ulit. Wala po itong strict pattern na sinusundan, kaya mas relax gawin. Pero effective po siya sa pampabilis ng speed and endurance mo. Next naman po is hill repeats. Repeat a short segment of hard uphill running, increases your aerobic power. So dito naman po, basically sa word itself, tatakbo po kayo ng paakyat ng burol or kahit anong pataas na daan. Tapos bababa ka para magpahinga. Then uulitin mo lang ulit yun. Medyo challenging siya, lalo na sa mga beginners, pero sobrang effective niya pampalakas ng power ng legs natin. So next po is tempo run. Easy start and then time trial, lactate threshold, then a cool down. So ang sinasabi po sa tempo run is, ito yung takbo na magsisimula ka sa mabagal, then magiging steady na medyo mabilis. Ito po yung speed mo na hindi siya gaanong ka-easy, pero di rin siya gaanong kahirap. Yun na nga po yung tinatawag na lactate threshold. Ito yung pace na kaya mong i-maintain in a long period of time. Ang pinaka main target po ng tempo run is pampalakas ng stamina. Next is sprints. To run shorter distance to a faster than a normal pace with multiple repeats during workout. So ang sprints naman po is ito yung may ikling takbo na sobrang bilis tapos may mga pahinga sa pagitan. So kahit maikli lang siya, ang nade-develop po nito is yung power mo sa pagtakbo ng mabilis. So panghuli naman po is interval. A mixture of low, moderate, and high intensity run. Kung sa fartlek naman po, wala kang sinusundan na pattern. Dito is meron. Ang pinagkaiba naman po nito sa sprints is ang sprints po is short distance, while ang interval naman po, pwede mo siyang gawin in a long distance. Kunwari, tatakbo ka ng 800 meters and above. So, ang maganda po dito is kaya mong ma-monitor ng madali yung training mo. And ang pinaka main focus po nito is yung speed and endurance mo.
Let's talk about common injuries during walking and running. These injuries often happen because of sudden movements, overuse, or lack of proper preparation. Understanding them can help people avoid accidents and stay safe while exercising. The first one is sprains. Sprains are common injuries that can happen during walking and running exercises. They occur when ligaments, which are the tissues that connect bones to each other, are stretched too much or torn. This usually happens when a person suddenly twists or turns a joint, like the ankle, in the wrong way. Sprains can cause pain, swelling, and difficulty in moving the affected area. To prevent sprains, it is important to wear proper footwear, warm up before exercising, and be careful on uneven surfaces.
So next common injury is the muscle strains. What is a muscle strain? A muscle strain is a pulled muscle. It happens when a muscle or tendon is stretched too much or gets a small tear. So a tendon is the part that connects the muscle to the bones. So this often happens in the calf, hamstring, or thighs. Kasi diba, ito yung mainly na nag-work kapag naglalakad tayo and nag-run and even jogging. So how does it happen? A muscle strain happens when the muscle works too hard or moves too suddenly. This can happen because of poor warm-up, sudden sprinting, too much running, tired muscles, or wrong form. So, for example, if a person runs right away without warming up, the muscle can get hurt. So, kaya importante talaga yung pag-warm up. Katulad nung lesson natin before, Kaya, yung warm-up ay talagang hindi siya dapat skip kasi maaari siyang mag-cause, ng injuries kapag hindi siya na-perform. So, paano naman maiiwasan yung muscle strain? So, to avoid muscle strain, it is important to warm up, katulad nga ng nabanggit ko kanina, stretch, wear proper shoes or outfit, and increase running little by little. So, unti-unti lang, wag yung bibiglain kasi yun nga yung usually nagiging cause ng muscle strain, yung biglaan and yung pag-work ng muscle too hard. And so, yung running little by little, dito, di ba, pumapasok yung progression, which is one of the principles of training. So, importante din yung rest para makarecover yung muscle natin. So, anong gagawin natin kapag nangyari yung muscle strain? So, of course, the person should stop running and rest. So, kapag na-injure ka ba, magpapatuloy ka pa ba? Of course, no, kasi possible na mag-lead pa siya sa worst scenario. So, rest is really important. So, put ice on the painful part to lessen the pain and swelling. So, kaya important yung tinatawag nating first aid, which is RICE. The R is for rest. Katulad nga nung nabanggit ko, ice. I is for ice. Put ice on the injured part. And C is for compression. Put a bandage on the injured part. And E is the elevate, which is ginagawa by raising the injured part. And anong purpose nun? To, of course, lessen the pain and swelling nga. So, ayun, do not force the muscle to work again right away. Let it heal first before going back to exercise. To conclude, muscle strain is a common injury in walking and running, but it can be prevented with proper care and safe training. So always remember to warm up, follow progression, wear proper shoes, rest when needed, and use RICE right away when an injury happens. So by listening to your body and not doing too much too soon, you can enjoy running for fitness in a safer and healthier way.
So now let's proceed to the second most common injury while running or jogging, which is called tendinitis. Tendinitis comes from two words, which is tendon and suffix-itis. Tendon means a tissue rope like that connect our muscles and our bone, while the suffix-itis means inflammation in medical terms. So paano po tayo nagkakaroon ng tendinitis? Nagkakaroon po tayo ng tendinitis dahil sa repetitive motion natin while jogging, yung pagbagsak po ng paa while jogging. And dahil po dito nagkakaroon po ng mga small break yung ating tendon. So, kapag na-accumulate yun sa paulit-ulit nating pagbagsak ng ating paa while running or jogging, nagiging cause po siya ng inflammation and nagkakaroon na po tayo ng tendinitis. So, paano nga po ba natin siya mai-spot? Or paano natin malalaman na meron na tayong tendinitis? Malalaman po natin na meron na tayong tendinitis kapag po sumasakit na po yung yung mga area na malapit sa mga kasukasuan. Especially kapag minumove na po natin ito. Kapag tinouch po natin yung mga area na yon, at first ng tender po siya, pero minsan na po siya na namumula or namamaga. So paano natin matreat ang tendinitis? Nire-recommend po ng mga professional ang RICE method, which is rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So ano nga po ba ang gagawin kapag sa rest? Sa rest po kailangan po nating i-stop ang activity natin. So for like magtigil po muna tayong mag-jogging for 1 day or 2 days hanggang gumaling na po yung pamamaga. And the second is ice. We should use cold packs to turn down the inflammation or para po mawala yung pamamaga ng area na affected. So, ang third po is compression. So what we do in compression is i-wrap po natin yung area na may tendonitis para po ma-support po natin yung area na yon and hindi po natin siya magalaw ng magalaw. So, hindi na maglala yung tendonitis natin. And number 4, and the last is elevation. So, sa elevation po, dapat daw po itataas po natin yung paa natin para po elevated po yung yung area na may tendonitis po tayo. So, to conclude, tendonitis is the sign that our body needs a break. By resting our tendon and reducing the swelling, the tissue can heal itself, allowing us to return to our normal activities without pain.
Lastly, uncommon injuries during the walking and running exercises is the rotator cuff tears. These are injuries where the muscles and tendons that support the shoulder become torn or damaged. These muscles are important because they help stabilize and move the shoulder joint. Although this injury is more commonly associated with repetitive arm movements, it can still occur during walking and running exercises, especially due to poor posture, improper arm swing, or overuse.
To conclude our report, I will be summarizing the key points of our discussion on running for fitness. Running is a vital cardiovascular exercise that boosts mental health and aids in weight management through varied intensity levels. For training, a recovery run is a slow paced session for comfortable conversation, while a base run is a short distance at a moderate pace. Long runs build endurance over 1 to 2 hours, and progression runs increase from a slow start to a race pace. Fartleks mix speeds like walking and sprinting, whereas hill repeats use uphill segments to increase aerobic power. Tempo runs test the lactate threshold through time trials. Sprints involve repeated bursts of maximum speed, and intervals combine low and high intensity segments. To stay safe, runners must watch for sprains involving ligament damage and tendinitis caused by overuse. Muscle strains affect the tissues connecting muscles to bones, while ACL and meniscus tears damage the stability and cushioning of the knee. Finally, rotator cuff tears involve injuries to the shoulder's supporting muscles and tendons. Understanding these techniques and risks ensure a healthy, sustainable lifestyle. As Ronald Rook famously said, I don't run to add days to my life, I run to add life to my days.